Good right from Body. Another one.
Oh my God.
Knockout of the year contender.
They need to make sure he's okay.
Holy smokes.
Lucas Prince Body has just eviscerated Ashton H2O Sill.
He was losing every minute of that fight. Praying for this opportunity, just shocked the world and has knocked out H2O Sill. Rope is a...
Oh, man! Whoa! 1, 2, 3, 4. The referee taking a look at Perry, who's eaten everything. That one caught him good. Paul.
That's the one.
Right hand. This may be it. Right hand. And he's down for a third time. And now wave it off. There is a new king of violence.
From Texas to Florida, from AARP to BKFC, another Saturday night unfolded in the ever-entertaining Jake Paul boxing saga. Originally slated to face the 58-year-old former heavyweight titan Mike Tyson in Dallas this weekend, the problem child had to pivot when Tyson was sidelined by an unexpected ulcer flare-up. Instead, Paul squared off against the relatively youthful Mike Perry, aged 32, a fighter who had notched up 5 consecutive wins in bare-knuckle boxing after a mixed run in the octagon. The showdown between Paul and Perry headlined a 5-fight pay-per-view spectacle at Tampa's Amalie Arena. Here's our definitive real-time assessment of the event's winners and losers.
As soon as your fight ended, Conor McGregor said Mike Perry was fired from the BKFC. And
He wants payday. Payday. We made the offer and he hasn't accepted it. So Nate Diaz, if that...
Yeah. And he took shots at you. He called you some derogative term. Any message for Conor McGregor?
So Conor's on Twitter all the time. He's on his yacht all the time, but guess where he's not? In the ring fighting me. So he was big upping his boy Mike Perry. I said, okay, Conor, like after I fuck up Mike Perry, then you're next. But the notorious MMA is scared of Jake Joseph Paul from Disney Channel.
Ladder of success. Another successful evening in the Jake Paul playbook. Simply scour the fringes of boxing or sift through recent UFC releases to locate an opponent who will be thoroughly bewildered by a young, robust 200-pounder possessing decent fundamentals but lacking the credentials of a true elite fighter. Mix in a crowd of devoted followers glued to their screens, stir vigorously, and rake in substantial profits.
Rope is a...
Oh, man! Whoa! 2, 3, 4. The referee taking a look at Perry, who's eaten everything. That one caught him good. Paul.
That's the one.
Right hand. This may be it. Right hand. And he's down for a third time. And now wave it off. There is a new king of violence.
Saturday night's star attraction was none other than Octagon cast-off Mike Perry, who had somewhat revived his reputation with a string of wins in bare-knuckle fighting, yet arrived armed only with the tools of a typical barroom brawler to face Paul's developing skill set. The former MMA fighter tasted the canvas from right hands in both the first and second rounds, enduring punishing salvos in the fourth and fifth, before finally succumbing in the sixth when referee Christopher Young intervened at 1:12 to put a stop to the contest, given Perry's bleak condition and loss of balance. Once Paul apologized to the crowd for taking too long to send them home, he quickly pivoted to the next main course, suggesting to Mike Tyson that their rescheduled bout in November would result in Paul taking the ex-heavyweight champ's throne. Tyson, for those unaware, retired in 2005. He'd last won a fight 2 years before his exit, and he turned 58 in June. But you wouldn't have known it based on the celebratory din in Tampa, where Paul also threw in a challenge for reigning UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira after he spoke of his fight with the AARP-eligible Iron Mike. "I may get another KO," he said, and prove everyone wrong again.
Mike Tyson, you're next, big boys. I'm excited for that one. I'm gonna go home, prepare for that. Sign the contract, November 15th on Netflix.
Doing it right. Now let's be honest, being a boxing promoter isn't a walk in the park. When Amanda Serrano's anticipated rematch with longtime rival Katie Taylor fell through, along with the July edition of the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson event, and left some logistical hurdles to overcome behind the scenes. Serrano, eager to stay active leading up to the rescheduled Tyson fight in November, found herself paired with Stevie Morgan, a tough 35-year-old from Florida, for a significant bout in her hometown of Tampa. Dubbed Sledgehammer for her impressive 14-1 record with 13 knockouts, Morgan's backstory made for compelling pre-fight chatter, especially for those less concerned with scrutinizing her opponent's credentials. However, a closer look at Morgan's previous 6 fights, where she recorded 6 consecutive first-round victories, revealed a series of questionable matchups. Her opponents collectively boasted a record of 48 wins, 50 losses, and 5 draws, including 3 fighters on losing streaks of 6 matches or more and another on a 10-fight skid. Notably, 2 opponents were in only their second and third professional fights. It came as no surprise then that Serrano, a multi-weight class champion ranging from 118 to 140 pounds, wasted little time exposing Morgan's overmatched status. Just over 30 seconds into the second round of their scheduled 10-round non-title bout, Serrano finished the fight. The official stoppage came at 38 seconds into the round. She's a veteran, but she's acting like a young, hungry prospect, analyst Gabe Rosado said. You say there are levels to this, and that was a masterclass. The one that counts. They occupied the mid-card slots of the event, yet the lightweight bouts featuring Ashton Silve, Lucas Body, Corey Marksman, and Tony Aguilar were essentially the showcase of rising talents amidst a lineup dominated by established stars. Among them, Silve enjoyed a promotional edge due to his affiliation with Jake Paul's influential team. The skilled fighter seemed destined for another victorious outing, until he was abruptly knocked out by a precise 3-punch combo from Body, leaving him sprawled on the canvas in a stunning 6th-round finish. Body, the 30-year-old Canadian with an unassuming 16-0 record, credited his coach for the victory, stating, "He told me it would be tough, but he believed I could do it, and here we are." The fight-winning sequence, 2 powerful right hands followed by a decisive left hook, arrived after enduring relentless pressure for 17 minutes, securing a strong contender for the year's best finish at 227 of the 6th round. Silve had amassed 11 consecutive victories since turning professional as a teenager, beginning with his first 5 fights in Tijuana before transitioning to the U.S. upon reaching 18. He had also fought on the undercard of Paul's victory over Nate Diaz and accompanied him during the 2022 defeat of MMA legend Anderson Silva. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. comeback. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., at 38 years old, spoke all the right words. He acknowledged his past mistakes, the opportunities he let slip away, and how facing Uriah Hall reignited his ambition for one last shot at boxing glory. He's admitted it all, and perhaps he genuinely believes it too, but let's not get our hopes up, folks. It's just not going to happen. The fighter who defeated Hall, a 39-year-old with only 1 professional fight against a former NFL player, is a mere shadow of the formidable contender who once held a legitimate title belt a decade ago and shared the ring with stars like Canelo Alvarez, Daniel Jacobs, and Sergio Martinez. Weighing in at a hefty 197.75 pounds against Hall, he was 11 pounds heavier than ever before in his professional career. His slow, methodical approach throughout the fight, throwing 1 punch at a time, is unlikely to trouble any top-tier cruiserweight, regardless of his intentions. In fact, it's doubtful even a newcomer like Jake Paul would feel threatened. The lackluster performance against Hall certainly won't elevate Chavez Jr.'s standing on the influencer's radar. No one believes that version of Chavez Jr. could defeat Jake Paul, remarked analyst Todd Grisham. Mike Perry would likely knock out Chavez Jr. Knockout of the year. After enduring a fight where he seemed to be in control, Lucas Body unleashed a devastating combination that sent highly touted prospect Ashton H2O Silve crashing face-first to the canvas in a knockout of the year contender on Saturday night.
Good right from Body. Another one. Oh, my God. Knockout of the year contender.
They need to make sure he's okay.
Holy smokes!
Lucas Prince Body has just eviscerated Ashton H2O Silve.
He was losing every minute of that fight. Praying for this opportunity just shocked the world and has knocked out H2O Silve.
The lightweight bout took place on the undercard of Jake Paul's clash with Mike Perry, and Amanda Serrano's match with Stevie Morgan at Tampa's Amalie Arena. At just 20 years old with an impressive record of 11-1 and 9 KOs, Sylvie had already been boxing for 13 years, showcasing veteran poise early in the match as he systematically picked apart Body. Body, with a record of 17-0 and 15 KOs, struggled initially with Sylvie's speed and footwork, absorbing sharp counters in the first few rounds. In the third round, Sylvie even dared Body to hit him, slipping his opponent's punches and countering effectively, which bloodied Body's nose. Sylvie continued to dominate in the fourth and fifth rounds, landing significant blows and maintaining control. As the sixth round progressed, Sylvie appeared to be cruising towards victory, but suddenly, with a lapse in concentration, the fight took an unexpected turn. Dropping his guard momentarily, Sylvie was caught by a series of precise punches from Body, a right hand that stunned him, followed by another right that knocked him out cold, and a left hook that sealed the deal. Sylvie fell face first to the mat, ending the fight abruptly. Despite landing 101 punches to Body's 39 throughout the match, it was Body's decisive flurry that mattered most. With opportunities now opening up for Body and Sylvie needing to reassess his strategy, the bout highlighted the unpredictable nature of boxing.
Right hand straight.
He had no idea that the right hand was coming.
Yes,
he had no idea the second right hand was coming. Pull up the right hand.
Level up the right hand.
and look,
we gonna have to get paid. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Just for good measure. Look at this.
Left hand was just in case.
Golly.
Oh, and the left foot.
That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.